Hey fam, and welcome back to another E7 video. Today, I'll be going through an absolutely insane RTA video with you. I get set super far behind early on, and somehow we just managed to hang on. I can't wait for you to see, so without further ado, let's just jump right in and check it out. Alright guys, so, in this match here, you can see that I picked in my draft Flurry, A-Tywin, Dizzy, Violet, and Alencia. This was picked into a FCC, Ruele, Deanne, SSB, and T-Surin comp, right? After looking through here, I realized that there is no way I can not let a sustain through, so I decided to just let both through and remove the Aureus tank, which I have to assume is what FCC has, and the consistent shielding, right? It just mitigates too much early game for me, and I was just too worried that there wasn't enough I could do. This also allows me to have the potential to either A, stunlock if they let A-Tywin through, or B, I get to remove someone with Flurry. So my reasoning here, I have a lack of sustain. I do have life steal on my Violet, so that gives me some potential there. And then we also have the Flurry passive here, which is going to be passive healing throughout the match. From here, as we get into the match, you're going to see things really go badly in the beginning for me, okay? So, the biggest thing that goes bad here, I check to see what the turn order is, right? And I provoke the T-Surin. Unfortunately, as you're about to see, this doesn't go as planned due to the T-Surin having RNL. So she gets to take 2 turns. One, she sets my Flurry's HP back a lot. She actually does a good amount of damage, right? And 2, this means that Deanne is forced, or is basically, Deanne can do whatever she wants here because the T-Surin's already taken 2 turns. So, you know, I'm in a bad spot here. I use Dizzy skill 3 here to attempt to mitigate some damage. I obviously, you know, Deanne's skill 2 is up. We already know this. It wasn't already forced, so I'm in a bit of trouble. I also don't land too many debuffs, except for on the T-Surin, which, you know, was kind of expected anyway. SSB already had immunity. Obviously, my main goal right here is just to remove the SSB as fast as possible. Violet, we get a lucky crit here. But, you know, the SSB does actually double crit both of my Earth units. Using Alencia's skill 3 here, I'm essentially just trying to remove as many buffs as possible from the enemy team. We do get it from T-Surin, however that does proc a passive and remove debuffs, and then obviously we also remove from SSB. That is extremely important, as we know Dunk is about to come up here. Ruele decides not to heal here, which is somewhat in our favour because it means T-Surin may die, but also it does mean that later in the turn she will have that available. The Dizzy counter here is rather clutch. It does stun the Ruele, however we don't get a stun on anyone else, and the counter from SSB really sets us back as Alencia is also now defense broken. I just hope for a dual attack into the T-Surin to remove her, as she still has her skill 3 and she's no longer provoked, right? That's extremely bad for us at this point. Here you will see, you know, Flurry is gone. We basically, Dizzy is one shot away. Unfortunately, she doesn't manage to remove the T-Surin here. The T-Surin lives with basically negative HP. And on top of that, you know, Alencia's almost guaranteed dead. From the T-Surin next turn as well. I believe T-Surin decides to kill Dizzy instead due to the AoE. I remove SSB here, just because, you know, it's healing for my Violet, it's a little bit of damage into Ruele, and, you know, it's basically my only option. I can't deal with all 4 units still on the map. I put some damage into the Ruele in hopes that, you know, next turn, because I use Violet skill 3 with max focus, I am able to use it again. Basically, my goal here is I'm gonna try and snipe the Ruele. Dizzy falls into an RNL proc from T-Surin that goes into my Alencia. My Alencia is guaranteed dead at this point. I'm in trouble, right? It's 1v3. I have the potential to remove T-Surin, but at this point, you know, I have 2 turns on Apple left, so I try and snipe the Ruele here. This is like I basically lose hope here. As you're about to see, Ruele lives. Ruele lives. She was a tanky girl. So I am now in a lot of trouble. T-Surin skill 3s. Thankfully, I do get the miss on my Violet. It's actually rather important, as the T-Surin is removed from the match, which will, you know, it basically forces the Ruele to pick between, you know, healing herself, which she does actually do, or reviving someone. It's a heal on herself here, and that does allow me to actually finish off the Deanne here. Obviously, Ruele having revive, who is she going to pick? It ends up being T-Surin here, as you're about to see in a moment. One thing to note here is I do not have Apple, actually. Apple is on cooldown, so the biggest thing I'm looking for here is, does the T-Surin cut me? If it does, it could set me back massively, okay? Thankfully, I do manage to get Apple back onto cooldown, which is huge, because I would have lost the match here. You know, it gives us the counterattacks, which is sustain, right? As well as, you know, the mischance to mitigate as much damage as possible. T-Surin here does proc my counterattack, which is great for me. However, RNL proc, right? This is terrible, and it's a non-miss, so no counter here. I don't have to, like, she's not punished for that at all. That's huge. We do punish the Ruele for hitting us, but it doesn't really matter at this point, as we don't have skill 3 up. Even though we have attack buff, we just have to skill 1 and proceed the match. Right here, I believe you are about to see T-Surin skill 3 here. This does not miss. This is another turning point in the match for me. I thought I was dead. I'm actually not sure how Violet lives through this, but we managed through the next couple of attacks to just survive. I am silenced, so I can't skill 3 heal there. I just have to skill 1. We do get a miss from the T-Surin. Again, we're living with basically no HP, and we're not healing back that much. It's a little bit, but it's not really enough. The Ruele heals up her team here, which means we can't guarantee the kill on T-Surin next turn as well. And hitting into her, we don't do very much damage. I decide to skill 3 into the Ruele, if I remember correctly, as obviously T-Surin passive caps damage. And I believe this is our best shot. Not having attack buff here really does hurt, though. We do get a little bit of healing. T-Surin missing again. Now, we don't have Apple up for this, I believe. So I have to survive through this, and this is very sketch. The fact that we don't get lapped by the T-Surin here is very nice. However, Ruele's revive is already back again, which means Deanne's coming back. This is two healers now that we have to deal with. While we're on very low HP, it's a struggle, and Violet, you know, I thought I was dead. Attack buff on T-Surin again, you know, it's very sketch, right? It's very, very sketch. And she gets the shield as well. Like, this is basically topped the Ruele up a lot. And, you know, it's very, very important for the enemy's team at this point to have double sustain alive with a T-Surin that has shield buff as well. Thankfully, T-Surin skill 3 here does not land. However, you know, again, it's big damage, right? Even though it's a miss, that's an attack buff T-Surin with skill 3 going. It's scary. We just managed to survive here. We do get a crit on the Deanne here, which actually helps us out a lot, because, you know, without that healing, we're going to be in a big spot. We actually double crit here with skill 3 as well. It's a nice big heal to put me back in the game almost, right? It's 4k heal, which is insane at this point of the game. The misses here are coming in very clutch, because basically one non-miss here can seal the deal for us, and it's very scary. We do get the double there, which does, yeah, we do get to remove T-Surin, which is huge for this game right here. If we didn't get the double miss there, we were actually dead. As you can see there, it would have been guaranteed due to Ruele critting us with skill 1. That is massive. We do manage to crit back, so that's very, very important. Ruele heals up here. It means she doesn't have to tank a counter. I believe at this point we may be back to ulti. Yes, ulti is back. We check and we see if that is back. So we skill 3 here. Just trying to heal back up, right? Just trying to heal back up. I was worried that this revive would bring back the T-Surin with skill 3 in that mind, while Apple was on cooldown. Because as we saw when we checked, you know, Apple is up at this point, so we need to use it as soon as possible. Thankfully, again, T-Surin does not cut us, and we get to Apple. At this point, I feel like I make a mistake. I probably could have sniped with skill 3. Instead, I skill 1. I'm not sure if that was a mistake, but I was too worried. about, you know, from previously, I wasn't able to kill. We are pretty deep into Frenzy though, and that was likely a mistake. We do get the miss from Tisa and skill 3, so that is really good. Ruele does skill 1 heal, which does, you know, make her survive one more turn. However, we have attack buff, so I skill 3 right here. It's a nice big heal, and it's, you know, it almost tops us. And we get to remove her. The Tisa in here landing is extremely sketch. I use skill 3. It doesn't really make a difference what skill I would have used, because damage is capped on the Tisa, but regardless, the heal is just enough here to keep us in the game. And at this point, we managed to survive the non-crit, the miss, sorry. We managed to survive the miss on skill 1 from Tisa, and we win. It was insane. I'm not sure how Violet managed to pull this off. It felt good. It felt good to win this. Hey fam, if you did enjoy, I would really appreciate if you would hit that like button, subscribe, and turn notifications on. Feedback is greatly appreciated. Let me know what you think in the comments below, please. Thank you so much for watching, you amazing people. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? I'm out. Peace.
If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go.